Hi, my name is Miriam Adekoye. This is my submission for the Power Up project. We are told to create a parking challenge solution. So this is my solution. This is my parking challenge solution. I created three tables, three dataverse tables. Here I have a table for the parking inspection, the parking request, and the vehicle table. I also built my Canvas app and my model driven app. In addition to that, I have the Cloudflow. So back to my parking, my model driven app. When I open it, I'm able to access the tables that I have. So I have my vehicles table, my parking request, and the parking inspection. So from here, when I open my vehicle table, it shows me all the info of my table. We have the vehicle name, the make, the model, the vehicle owner's email, and the image attached to it. And under each of it, attached to each vehicle, it is the parking request that has been made for these particular vehicles in the past. So we have the parking request, and we also have the parking inspection that has been made for this particular vehicle. Here we are on to the parking requests. Under the parking request, when we click on it, it shows us the information of the parking request, the vehicle that was parked, the date and time the parking request was initiated, and the information about the vehicle itself. And also we can, from this active parking request, that was a view that was created in from the dataverse table. We we filtered it to the active parking requests made today. So these are the requests that are made on a particular day, and here we have it. This parking request was made for this particular car at this particular time in the morning, and these are the details of the vehicle. We also have the parking after the request has been made by either the staff or visitors. A staff member of the school comes in to do inspection, and this is where the information is being recorded. And under that, we also have the parking inspection that are done on that particular day. Here we have the record. So for this, we can see the parking inspection has been done, and we can be sure that there was a parking request for this particular vehicle. Unlike this particular one, there was no parking request, so we know that the inspection can decide to give them ticket because there was no parking request made for this vehicle and it was parked on the school premises. While the other one can ascertain they are rightfully parked, when we look at the parking request, it was done before 5 p.m. So now we are going to our Canvas app. This is our Canvas app. So from our Canvas app, we were made to create 4 different screens. We have our home screen from where we can navigate to the review screen and the new inspection screen. And also we have the new vehicle screen. So I'm just going to press on the play button to see how it works. So once I am on my Canvas app, I press on my review screen. This shows the vehicles that have been inspected for that particular day, and we have the vehicle information, the inspection information, and the request information that was made for these vehicles. Once we go back, we can go to the new inspection screen as the inspector. Here we get to look at vehicles to see if they actually have request information if the owner of the vehicles requested for them to be parked on the school premises or not. So for today, this particular vehicle does not have any parking request information. I can also check some other vehicles. Let me check this vehicle. It doesn't have information at all. So if we submit it and we go back to here, this is a new vehicle that has not been parked, that has not been inspected, but we can see the request name. It has been recorded in our on our model driven app, so we can easily see the information. Once we enter it on our Canvas app, we can see the information related to it, and it's a valid parking. Of course, that is why here is not showing any invalid icon, while the other ones, this one right here does not have any request. So and that is why we are not seeing any information for the request button. Also on our new inspection screen as well, when our inspector gets to the parking area and checks, he cannot find a particular information about a vehicle, he can easily fill the new form for the new vehicle and submit it. So I'm just going to model test and test and just give it a name. I'm going to pick an image for this vehicle and then save our vehicle. Once I save it, I get to go to the review screen to look at it. So this, okay, back. So I get to go back to my inspection screen to check for the vehicle that I just recorded, which is this, and I can see the parking request has been made. Once I entered it and I come back here to check, we can see the information here. However, it's showing invalid parking because there is no email attached to it. And that is all about our parking request. The next thing is my Cloudflow. I had to create a Cloudflow that would send an email notification once a request has been made. So here is my, I'll come here and click on edit to see. Okay, so I'll click on edit and here is my parking request notification. I added a row where I was able to bring in my request table, and then I had to import my vehicle table by using getRow by ID from the data vars, and also created 3 different variables: the request name, the request date, and the vehicle name. Here I was able to reduce, since we were told that we could only input 15 cars at the parking lot. I was able to use least request for the target date to limit my the number of requests to just 15 vehicles. And here I had to condition it in such a way that if once we reach the maximum capacity of 15 cars, another information will have to be communicated to my email to let the cars know they cannot they cannot have a parking request because it has been maxed out. And I also have, so once it's either they receive a yes or a no. A yes if the limit is below 15 requests, and a no if the limit is above the 15 requests, to show that the capacity is full. And once they receive a yes information that we still have below 15 capacity, we also have to be sure that the cutoff for the day, and the parking cutoff for the day, has to be 5 p.m. as the school needs to be closed. If it is before 5 p.m., they are going to get an email confirmation to say yes, they can park. And if it is after 5 p.m., they will get another email notification to let them know that the request is too late. So I'm just going to test it out now. these are the ones that I've done, and I'm going to run one more. Okay, yeah, this is just to show that the flow is running successfully. Okay, after initiating my flow, I received an email about my parking request confirmation, and here is it. So this parking request was made and it was requested at 1:31 p.m. Same with this and this. So all these parking requests was able to go through because they were done before the 5 p.m. cutoff mark. So I've been able to demonstrate my Canvas app, my model-driven app, my tables, and my Cloudflow. Here are my tables. I have the vehicle table, parking request table, parking inspection table. And now I'm going to demonstrate my Power BI. So here is my Power BI, my home. I was able to import my vehicle table and parking inspections table as requested by the instruction, and when I come to the table view, I get to see my vehicle table and my parking inspection table. I also had to create measures as requested, and when I come to the model view, I created relationships from my vehicle table to the parking inspection table, a one-to-many relationship, and from the parking inspection table to the date table, I created a date table, and I created a relationship between the inspection date and the date column that is here. And here is my visuals. For I have my home screen. From the home screen where I can easily navigate to the filters screen, and also I can navigate to the parking review screen. So yeah, I'm going to go back to the filter screen. From here, I can easily click on any of these and see how it affects my visuals here. On my parking review, here before initially I was having 89%, right? I was having 89%, but once I toggle on this button and reduce it up to October 1, I was now having 86% inspection with valid parking requests, with a total inspection number of 1074. Once I toggle this back on, the total number of inspections I have was 1291 inspection in total, while the requests made for this inspection were just 1143. We have some vehicles here with the total number of their inspections and the request that was made, which also led us to the percentage inspection with the valid parking request. Here is a table that showed the inspection date, their URL, the parking inspection name, and the vehicle name. Once we click on any of this, it takes us back to our model-driven app where we can view more information about the parking inspection. On our filters page, we get to select either the make and model. The make, we can see an Honda Accord here. We can see a Solara, and the model I can choose Horizon. And when we come to parking review, we can see this particular vehicle has 3 number of inspection and 3 number of total requests, so it is balanced. It is not parked without a request, and the inspection confirmed it. And with this, I've come to the end of my project. Thank you.